Lord, we are meeting today to conduct matters of business, guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being our source of guidance today. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, roll call.
Mr. Danny Abear.
Here.
Mr. Ronnie Bobacher.
Here.
Mr. Chuck Broussard.
Here.
Mr. Robert Gidger.
Here.
Mr. Kerry Kilgore.
Here.
Mr. Jimmy Pellerin.
Yeah.
Mr. Richard Paul.
Here.
Mr. David Savoy.
Here.
Mr. President, you have a quorum.
Okay. I've got agenda revisions.
I'd like to make one if I could.
Yes.
I'd like to be able to make the motion that whoever goes in there as secretary treasurer, that the hiring and firing would come back in front of the police drawer, that, you know, under our.
You want to do that through a committee run? Next week, we can do it on the following,
Yeah.
put the hiring and firing back in charge.
Of the juror.
Oh, okay, so legislative committee. Why not put it on the legislative committee and we can discuss
It has to be
it?
done by resolution.
Right, but still, I mean, that's usually how it's done.
Yeah.
If that's,
That's fine.
okay. It gives you a chance to
On the
discuss.
personnel committee, those are full.
It gives you a chance to know what's coming up and
All
discuss
right.
is the only thing, and if there's any comment from the people. Okay, I have one on number 21. On that appointment, Mr. Leroy Bellard is appointed by, he sits at the leisure of that board, not us. He's appointed by that board, by that fire district board.
So just scratch that name.
Just scratch that next one. Okay, is there any other agenda reviews?
So it's just Mrs. Sonia and,
Yes, Mr. Ron Carey.
Karen.
Yes. Okay.
I'll make a motion that we approve the agenda revisions.
Let's say that. I got a motion by Mr. Gideon, second by Mr. Broussard for the agenda revisions. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Right now, I'm fixing to open nominations for Secretary Treasurer, and so everybody will know exactly how we're gonna conduct this. We're gonna take nominations. A second is not required for a nomination of a person. The nominations will be taken and we're going to vote in the order the nominations are taken. And the minute somebody gets 5 votes, it's a done deal. Okay? And that will be for president, vice president, the whole, that procedure follows on. Right now I'm going to open nominations for Secretary Treasurer.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Fatty Broussard.
I got a nomination for Mr. Broussard.
Terry LaCour.
Got a nomination for Mr. Terry LaCour. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Can we have a roll call vote?
All right, the first one was for Mr. A.J. Fatty Broussard. Mr. Danny Abear.
No.
Mr. Ronnie Bobacher.
No.
Mr. Chuck Broussard.
Yes.
Mr. Kerry Kilgore.
Yes.
Mr. Jimmy Pellerin.
No.
Mr. Richard Fall.
Yes.
Mr. Robert Gidger.
Yes.
And Mr. David Savoy.
Yes.
We'll go to 5 to 3.
Yeah, okay.
5 yeas, 3 nays.
Mr. Broussard?
Members of the jury, I appreciate y'all's vote of confidence in me. I've always said that you can't please all the people all the time, but if you please the majority of the people, the majority of the time, you're doing your job. And that's what I plan on doing. Thank y'all very much.
Good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. And I believe Mr. Broussard is going to start on, he's going to come tomorrow, but his pay period will start on Monday to even up the pay period in the office. It'll be a lot less trouble for the ladies in the office. Okay, I'm going to open nominations for president.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate you again for president. Mr.
Okay.
David Savoy.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? Nominations are closed, and I thank y'all, appreciate it. And anything anybody needs, you know, I'll answer the phone, give me a call, and do the best we can. Straighten any problems out. Nominations for vice president.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Mr. Robert Gidry.
I have a nomination for Mr. Robert Gidry. Are there any other nominations? Any other nominations? Any other nominations? That stands. Mr. Gidry will be our vice president.
Thank y'all, I appreciate it. And same with me, my door is always open. If there's any concerns or anything that needs to be addressed, I'm here in town, but as everyone knows, so I can come here quick too. So I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
I'd like a motion to dispense with the readings and approve the minutes from the December 12th, 2017 regular meeting. I got a motion by Mr. Pellerin, second by Mr. Abear. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is carried. Approve Charles Richard subdivision as per recommendation of the Acadia Parish Planning Commission.
The Planning Commission met on December 19th. All the specs were correct. There's only one thing on the plat that the architect needs to add, is that the draining of the lot needs to go to the rear area to drain into LA 35 road ditch. Other than that, that is the only thing that needs to be added. The engineer did speak with Carl Oakway yesterday, and he said that has been done. I'm just waiting on the plots to come in to be signed by the jury. But Carl did state to please have the jury approve it so that he will sign off and everything is fine.
I'm so moved.
I move for Mr. Abear,
Second.
second by Mr. Broussard. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion is carried. Adopt system survey and compliance questionnaire in connection with the audit of our financial statements for the period ending 12/31/2017.
This is also a yearly requirement from our auditors. There's a list of packet that has questions that need to be answered, and we send that to them, and the jury just has to approve that the chief financial officer and the secretary have the approval, the jury's approval to be able to complete this survey.
I'll move we allow the secretary and so forth.
I got a motion by Mr. Broussard.
Second.
I got a second by Mr. Fall. Sometimes we go blank. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carried. Resolution of endorsement for LA Bayou Boys Seafood Dock and Market LLC's participation in the Enterprise Zone Program contingent upon the police jury not providing a local tax exemption.
And this is another thing we've done. This comes from the Louisiana Economic Development. This is going to be a new business in the Rain area on 145 Sterling Road. in which they are going to be used to wholesale live crawfish, shrimp, crabs. The investment received building materials for the, and also machinery and equipment at $550,000. Estimated payroll, approximately $250,000. So they just need a resolution for this. The contact person for this is Ms., I just have her name. Spallino. Debbie Spallino. Yeah, Debbie Spallino.
So we're saying here we're not gonna be, they're not gonna be taxed.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we normally have done in the past. Okay, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion by Mr. Fall.
Second.
Second by Mr. Guidry. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carried. Discuss with action, request from Sheriff Gibson for new standard central monitoring system server for the Acadia Parish Jail with necessary budget adjustments.
I'm in there.
What kind of adjustment would I mean, what it's gonna affect?
What is
in
that?
the budget
What kind
adjustment?
of adjustments?
What kind of adjustment, what it's gonna affect?
Right, for this amount, the $51,722.
You wanna affect that now?
No, we will have to move money around a different budget line item because when the budget's initially made, it's kind of like everything else. Anytime there's something that breaks down at the jail, you try to anticipate the cost, but sometimes you don't know
It
beforehand.
won't affect our workers, 5%.
Oh, no, this is completely separate,
Right,
there's nothing to do with that.
I'm good.
Okay.
Second that.
I have a motion on this one, second by Mr. Broussard. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank y'all very much, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, thank you. Discuss with action request from Sheriff Gibson for new standard central, appoint to the Acadia Parish Planning Commission.
I'd like to appoint Mr. Ryan Spanky Mesh for the position.
I'll second that.
I got a motion by Mr. Fall, second by Mr. Guidry.
He owns a small England shop in Churchville.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Reappoint Mr. Brent Reinhardt, Mr. Mark Lane, and Mr. Wendell Middlebrooks to Fire Protection District 1. Got a motion by Mr. Guidry.
I second it.
Second by Mr. Broussard. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Reappoint Mr. Paul Miller, Sr., and Mr. Walter Truax to Fire Protection District 2.
Make that motion.
I got a motion by Mr. Fallbacher, second by Mr. Fall. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Reappoint Mr. Kim Fry and Mr. Roger Dale Pettigrew to Fire Protection District number 4.
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Guidry, a second by Mr. Pellerin. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Reappoint Mr. Martin Gilbert Jr., Mr. Paul Guidry, and Mr. Leander Daigle Sr. to Fire Protection District 6.
I'll make a motion.
Got a motion by Mr. Fall, second by Mr. Kilgore. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carried. Reappoint Mr. Steve Hopper, Mr. Frank Bergeron Jr., and Mr. Shannon Richard to Fire Protection District 7.
I'll make a motion.
I got a motion by Mr. Fall, second by Mr. Pellerin. Any further discussion? All in favor? Reappoint Mr. Justin Lopez and Mr. Brandon Romero to Fire Protection District number 8.
So move.
A motion by Mr. Kilgore,
Second.
second by Mr. Guidry. All in favor? Any opposed? That motion. Reappoint Mr. Alton Thibodeau to Fire Protection District 9. Got a motion by Mr. Pellerin,
Second.
Second by Mr. Kilgore. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion carried. Appoint Mr. Ronald Carrier and reappoint Mr. David Saunier to Fire Protection District 10.
I'll make that motion.
I got a motion by Mr. Fall, a second by Mr. Broussard. Excuse me. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Reappoint Mr. Darrell Frugier and Mr. Eddie Argo to Acadia Evangeline Fire Protection District.
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Guidry. Second by Mr. Forbacher. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? That motion is carried. Mr. King, you wanted to?
I just, when she gives her report, I just asked if she would give a status on the website.
As far as the status on the website, it's up and running.
It is up. The address to get it is at http // but you put in new.appj.org. Within the past 2 days, I've been able to put all of the meeting dates, regular meeting dates and committee meeting dates for 2018. All of the departments for the police jury are on there. Of course, the pictures are back from 1999, but we'll get that updated. And my next big option is going to be transferring all of the old minutes, committee minutes, and regular meeting minutes to that website. So, but you can get on it, and you know, it's pretty much the same concept as far as the toggles at the top. Click down on that, it's pretty much the same as it was before.
Good, thank you.
But it's a lot, I find it's a lot easier to maneuver around in. Also, you all have the financial statements in your packet. If anybody has anything in particular that they have questions about, please welcome to come see Mr. Patty Broussard at the police jury office. And also, I'd like to wish Mr. David Savoy a happy birthday today.
That's my interest.
And I wanna thank Donna for the job she's done for the past 9 months, I guess, maybe 10 months. She put a really good effort, good job, and really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.